What's up, everyone? It's Dani
and Nick.
Welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be all about how we make our living selling dog bandanas. For those of you who are new, we own a company called Tails Up Pup where we specialize in handmade dog bandanas and bow ties. We actually made a video just like this over about a year ago, I believe, and now we're going to do an updated version now that we've been in business for an entire year. Today's video is going to be basically a Q&A because I asked over on our Instagram at Tails Up Pup what questions you had for us about how we make our living selling dog bandanas, and today we're going to be answering all of those questions. Just as a disclaimer, this is how we do things. This isn't necessarily the right way or what you should do, but this is what works best for us, and we are sharing very personal numbers on revenue and behind the scenes stuff, so we hope you take this and learn something from it, but there's definitely so many ways to do things, and you can do it however you would like. Now let's get into it. So we're going to start with the most basic question so that y'all know a little bit about exactly how we do things. The question is, do you do this full-time? Is it you and your husband? And do you have a part-time job?
The easy answer to that question is yes, we both do this full-time. Dani and I have Tails Up Pup as our full-time job. I occasionally do some videography and photography work on the side, but I'm not seeking other work. It just kind of comes as it goes.
This really leads into the second question of what does your workday look like and how many hours are you two working? So we actually just filmed a video, what we do, I think it was titled, What We Actually Do in a Day, and it showed really what we do every single day and our little method of how we get things done. But we work basically from when we wake up to when we go to sleep. It really never stops, and part of the problem with that is that we do work in our house right now, and it is just us two. We are hoping to hire on people, which obviously if this wasn't our full-time job, we wouldn't be hiring on people, so we actually are at the point where we would need some help. So hopefully 2020 brings us some employees. But we, like right when I wake up, I start with emails and DMs and answer questions and emails. And then we work all the way down, like we work in our basement, we work on bandanas all day. Nicholas cuts and flips bandanas, and I am the seamstress, and we package things up. It really does consume our entire day.
The next question, actually there's a few questions like this, have to do with how do we grow so fast? For those of you that don't know, Tails Up Pup really was just an idea, like about a year ago?
Yeah, September 2018 was at the end of September is when we were just talking about doing this. And now it's December 2019. So people are always in our DMs and in this Q&A as well asking how we managed to grow so fast.
And how we turn this into our full-time job in such a quick amount of time.
So I'm going to talk about some of the key factors that I believe help us grow so fast. Obviously, we will never know which combination of things worked, but this is what I believe helped. Number one, having a good product. I truly believe that we have one of the best dog bandanas on the market. It's different, it's unique, it's cute, and you can personalize it. So we just love our product, so we are able to preach about it and like share it with the world because we love it so much. So that is very important. If you have a product that falls apart or doesn't look good, it's gonna be really hard to sell it.
Along with that, we spend a ton of time making sure everything's right. If there is anything wrong with it, we scrap it, we don't send it out. And yes, that can be very frustrating. If you guys watch some of the vlogs, you've definitely seen that happen in there. It's terrible to have to do it, but we're not gonna send out something that we don't feel comfortable with and lives up to the Tails Up Pup brand. So it has to be perfect when it goes out to customers.
If we do happen to send something out that wasn't perfect and a customer emails us or DMs us or whatever, contacts us and says, hey, I'm not happy with this, or hey, my seam's ripping, it's very rare, not to like toot our own horn, but it is pretty rare that we ever get a complaint. But when we do, we also have very good customer service. You know, our customers are our priority. We want them to be happy. So if they're not happy, we'll either send them a new product, we'll refund them, whatever it takes to get that customer leaving with a happy attitude is really what we aim for. So having good customer service is also a key factor.
And as a small business, that is one of the biggest things that you can do to differentiate yourself from a big company. A giant company is not going to be able to spend the time on every single customer, every single thing, responding to them. If they did, they'd probably be spending so much money. I don't know why they don't do it, but we feel that is a unique thing that we can add to make a much better experience.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the last key factor I was going to talk about was having an authentic relationship with your followers and customers. So every DM that we get, we are responding to. At least I really try my hardest. Sometimes there probably is one that gets missed, but we spend a lot of our time, which is also why we spend so many hours in a day doing this, is because I respond to everything that comes through on our Instagram and our emails, on our YouTube channel. I try to respond to a bunch of people, and I think that like allows the customers and followers to feel like there is a relationship there. Not only do I hope that they feel that way, but I feel that way. Like I feel like I'm friends with people who I met through our Instagram. It's just so much fun to have a relationship. I love getting on the stories and like putting videos and polls and stuff. I just think like for me, that's part of the most fun is creating that relationship. And I think that really does help in our sales aspect as well.
And one thing that you guys should know, I'm definitely not on the stories, hardly ever, but your comments and what you guys say, that means so much to Danielle and I. I cannot tell you like how much that two-way like connection, you guys talking to us and us talking back to you, has like really made it feel like a family in some ways.
That's so true. And just because Nick isn't in front of the stores, he's usually behind them, holding the camera for me and helping me film things. So now let's talk about marketing. Question was, do you use Instagram ads on a daily basis? Nicholas is a big marketing guy over here, so you answer that one.
Well, the short answer is yes, we're basically running an ad almost always on Instagram and Facebook.
And usually probably more than one.
Being an online business, you don't have a storefront, obviously. So how do you get people to find you? You obviously, once you have people that are following you, they will see your stuff. But how do you get that new customer to see what you do, to see your bandanas, to see your products? Well, the only way to do that is to pay for advertising to get in front of them.
For us, we thrive off of Instagram. So we put a lot of our money in marketing into Instagram and Facebook instead of print or radio, whatever other people do. We put up most of our marketing money into Instagram and Facebook ads. If you would like a behind the scenes on how we create an ad, we'd love to make a video like that. So let us know in the comments down below if you would like a video about how we do our marketing and advertising. While we're on the marketing subject, I also wanted to touch back a little bit on those key factors on how we grew. Another major thing is the product photos. Not only the product photos, but like how you do flat lays and how you portray your product on the internet. Because we are not a physical store, no one can ever really see our products unless they go to a store that our products are in, which aren't everywhere. So we have to make sure that our customers understand what product they're buying before they actually order it. So we spend a lot of time photographing our products and doing flat lays and setting a scene to make it really cute and attractive for customers to want to buy the products.
Whenever you're making your own product, it doesn't come with a photo that you can just put on your website. You're making it, so you have to photograph it. You have two options. You can either take the photo or you can hire someone to do so. We believe that if you have a smartphone, you can take a fantastic picture. You don't have to have a nice fancy camera to do so. It really comes down to like spending the time thinking about what the scene's gonna look like, trying to be as creative as possible and really just putting in the time. Would not call myself a creative person, but you just get down there and try a bunch of different things. Hopefully one of them looks good, and then you put it on your website, and that's gonna be how your customers find what they wanna buy.
Also, Pinterest helps us with our creative aspect a lot, not copying anyone's thing, but getting an idea of how we would like to make it our own. I definitely am going on Pinterest and sending Nick ideas of like, maybe we should do something like this, or like, look at the props that they're using in this photo. So using inspiration is definitely helpful when trying to be creative.
The next question is tips for those people who want to start a business, but don't necessarily have a lot of money up front to invest.
My biggest tip, if you don't have a lot of money, but want to start something, is to not go full in the beginning and kind of test the waters. It really is going to vary depending on which type of business you're going to start. Sure. I know if you were starting a clothing boutique, you'd probably need a lot more money than if you were going to start a handmade dog bandana business. So I'm going to use our business as an example. If you wanted to start doing dog bandanas, my advice I think would be to start very small and test the waters to see if anyone is even interested in your product. So maybe you start with one pattern. The hard part is that pattern is not going to appeal to everyone, and so if you have options, like that's obviously better. But if you're just starting with a small amount of money, This is basically how it would go. You would go to the store and buy 1 yard of fabric and say you spent $5 on 1 yard. And then you can make 5 bandanas from that. Well, and you sell each of those for $5. Well, then the first one, you bought your materials back. And this is if you already have a machine and stuff, I guess. So then you would have made $5, $10, $15, $20 on those other 4 because the 5th one paid for your fabric. So now you have $20. So then you would, if you sold all of those, and then you would put that money back into the business. Next time you'd buy 2 yards of fabric, you'd keep doing that, and it would be like a snowball effect. Slowly, you'd be making more money, and you would just keep putting that money back into your business to help grow it slowly over time.
And the cool thing about this world is you don't have to have your own website. Obviously, we do, but we didn't start out that way. We started on Etsy, and if you don't have a lot of money, Etsy is a free platform that you can get on. And yes, they're going to take a little bit of commission, but that is only once you sell something. So that is a great way to start out for a super low budget. The other way to save money is to start small, not only just with the fabrics, but with all the other stuff. Like I had mentioned, you don't need to buy a fancy camera to take your pictures. If you have a smartphone, that's going to work, and that can apply to so many other things in your business. Don't go and get all the expensive stuff. Start in your house, obviously. You don't need a super fancy machine. We didn't have a fancy machine for almost the entire first year. We just got it not that long ago. You don't need the camera. Just start small.
The next question is, what have been the biggest milestones that y'all have reached, and when were they?
I would say our first milestone was actually turning this into our full-time business. It literally started with Danielle saying, I want to make a dog bandana for our dogs, and then people DMing saying, where did you get that? Oh, I made it. And then wait, maybe this can be a business. Let's go get a sewing machine. And then within a few months, it was like, oh, wow, we're getting a lot of orders. Let's turn this into our full-time job.
And getting that business license, that was a big milestone.
It was.
After that, a big milestone that really still, and I talked about this in the vlogs we just had, but Black Friday of 2018, which was just a couple months, 2 months, I think, into our business, was so overwhelming and the craziest feeling. I don't think we will ever quite feel like that again because we were so new. We had never felt success in that way before. It was just so much fun. But in that moment, we were stressed. We were overwhelmed. We had no idea what to do with ourselves. But looking back, it was the best feeling in the whole world to feel validated in what we were doing and people wanted our product. And it was just so much fun. Then we were able to go to the Global Pet Expo in February of 2019, which was a huge step. Maybe that was March. I don't remember. Whatever. The beginning of 2019, it was so cool that we were outgrowing not only dog bandanas and bow ties and what we were making in-house. We were able to outsource toys and dog cookies and what else did we get there? Mostly toys, I feel like, but it was just
some collars and leashes.
Oh yeah, collars and leashes. It was just so cool that we were growing out of what we were able to do and bring on other products as well. And I think that was one of the biggest changing moments for us in this business.
Another huge milestone that actually happened, I believe it was today, 1 year ago, was hitting our 1,000 follower mark on Instagram. That was just oh my gosh, we've made it. And I mean, obviously it's been so much faster growing since then, but that first 1,000 was probably the one that felt the best.
1 year ago from today, we were at 1,000 Instagram followers, and now today we are at over 11,000 Instagram followers. So 1 year later, we gained 10,000. That is pretty crazy too. Someone asked how we figured out sizing and fabrics, and I'm guessing that they too are trying to do dog bandanas just like us. And that was honestly, the sizing was one of the hardest things. When we started off, we only had 2 sizes. We had small and large, and we quickly realized that dogs don't fit in just small and large, and we wanted to really widen our variety and be able to fit as many dogs as we could. We actually talked with some people who had larger dogs and said nothing ever fits their large dog, and it's not fair that everything's targeted towards little dogs. And we took that as a moment to be oh, let's target these bigger dogs too because they don't have much, so we can cater to them. So that's when we added in extra large. We also have extra small. Now we have medium. So now we have extra small through extra large. So creating that sizing, I don't have much advice for you other than trial and error. Yeah. We messed around with it so much. We had people give us feedback on how those sizes fit. Now we have a much better sizing guide on what to buy if you've never bought from us before. But creating those sizes were definitely hard. And we also started off with paper stencils, which was nearly impossible, but now we have wood stencils. We created them ourselves. So it's just something you're gonna have to create and figure out for your brand. You don't wanna be too off from other people because like obviously if you have a Chihuahua, you're not gonna wanna buy a large bandana. You'd be like, what is going on? But everyone, I think, is a little bit different and kind of figured it out on their own, especially as a handmade business. It's just something you're gonna learn along the way. And fabric-wise, you can get fabric so many different places. And so you're just gonna have to like shop around on what style you like, what exactly you're wanting to offer for your customers. And for us, we don't buy just at one place. We buy at a lot of different places. And I think that's why we have such a different variety and are able to cater to different styles and tastes, because I don't just stick with one brand. I kind of get whatever I think I like and hope that customers like it too.
And the fabrics is a ton of trial and error as well. There's a lot of fabrics that don't sell nearly as well as others. And sometimes I know me, when I occasionally pick them out, I'm like, this is going to be the best fabric ever. And then like it doesn't sell all the way through. And Danielle's like, I told you so. But it happens to her as well. It is definitely a trial and error thing. And you want to show your personality and your creativity in that. If you like something and you want this certain style, well, that's going to separate you from other people. You don't have to make something that every person's going to like. You just hope that enough people will like it and that will like your style that you choose.
That is definitely one of the hardest things about our business, and it definitely isn't just about dog bandanas. It would be for clothing boutiques too, but projecting what a customer is going to buy or like, I think that's probably the hardest part of our business. And I believe that was a question, like what are the hardest decisions for your business? That is one of them, because a lot of times like I get excited about something and then it doesn't sell, and I just like, I don't know why. I don't know why customers don't like it, but you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So for us in our business model, we always buy a little bit, see how it goes, and then we'll buy a lot. Because if you buy a lot and you're stuck with it, you'll be sad. I'm not sure how clothing boutiques work. I know that they probably have a certain amount you have to buy, but it would also be very sad if you bought a bunch of like this sweater and it didn't sell. You know, you want to not be stuck with a bunch of inventory.
One of the other hardest business decisions, and this has been throughout, and I imagine it will always continue to be a hard decision, is deciding what to spend money on. I don't quite mean as much the small things. I'm talking about the bigger expenses. We mentioned going to the Global Pet Expo as a milestone. One of the reasons that really is a huge milestone is we also had to make a big investment to go down there. It's not really close to us, so we had to stay in a hotel. All the things that were involved with that was a big decision. Also, buying our sewing machine, the one that we have now, that was a big investment for us. And every single investment we make along the way, you get really nervous and you deliberate and you look at all the options, but all those, especially big money decisions, is very, very difficult.
Now we're going to get into the fun part, numbers. You guys were asking us very personal questions about
the thing everyone wants to know.
How much do we actually make? So we are going to share that with you, but just so you guys know, this is out of our comfort zone. We are sharing something personal with you guys, so take it with a grain of salt that this might not be everyone's numbers, and we are still growing. We've been in business for just over 1 year now, as we said. So we're going to start off with our beginning numbers. The question was, could you share how much revenue you made in the beginning? So it was just an idea in September of 2018. So come October 2018, our first month of sales. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that this is the lower end of the numbers because this is the numbers just exported from analytics on our Squarespace website, but we also sell on Etsy, we sell to stores wholesale, and we also sell at events in person. So this is not the total combined, this is just our website, but that is where we do a majority of the sales. So we said that we started in September, so October was our first month officially in business. October 2018, we sold $88, which is so funny to look back now, but that was our first time selling the product. We were just starting out. And so then we got to November of 2018, which also included Black Friday, which we said was a milestone for us, a big landmark of our business. And we made $3,005 in the month of November of 2018. And then we just continued to grow. In December of 2018, we made $4,883. So that is 1 year ago from now. And so then the next person asked us, this may be personal, but can you tell us on average what you make? So it does vary a lot. As we said, we're growing and every month's a little bit different, but I actually shared this in a vlog recently. We did continue to grow on a steady up and up. This month that just ended, so November of 2019 was the first dip down that we've had, and it was only because October was like our crazy best month, and that's because we actually started our holiday sales in the middle of October, so it was like so crazy. Everyone was so excited about the holidays, so we sold the most in October. So we're gonna start with September 2019 though. So September of 2019, we made $10,540. October of 2019, which was our best month so far, was $12,503. And then the month that just ended, November of 2019, was almost identical to September with $10,574. So as you can see, we've drastically grown in the past year, and we just hope to keep growing. But these numbers are super exciting for us. It really validates that people love our product and are coming back to keep buying more, which is super fun and exciting. You do have to keep in mind that this is two people's income, and we do have expenses, so this isn't how much money we're bringing home the first year, but we are on a positive, which is very good for a business in their first year. If you know anything about business, you know that a lot of people don't start making money for like 3 to 5 years. And we are making money in our first year of business. So that's super exciting for us. Yes. And that is another big milestone and accomplishment that we've had in our first year of business.
The last question we're going to answer today is, how do you keep it lively after the holidays? Which is a really good question because we have that question ourselves.
We have only had one holiday, so this is our second holiday now, so we haven't had to deal with this again yet, but from what we learned last year, we only continue to grow more and more and have more sales after the holidays, which was awesome. If you think about a business, you probably think that their best sales is the holidays, which is probably going to be true for years to come. When we look back, we'll probably see that October to December mark is probably going to be our most sales, but for us, we kept it lively by incorporating new products. We really thrive off of holidays, not just Christmas holidays, but any holiday that's happening. So like from here, we're going to focus on Valentine's Day, which is the next big thing that people get excited about.
Then St. Patrick's Day.
And then Easter. Yeah. There's always something happening for our business, and that's how we kind of focus on the next thing, and we continue to grow after the holidays. You'll have to find what works best for your business and what your goals are though.
One thing that I think is really important, and Danielle has been the person that's really pushed this, is product life cycle. So not keeping all your Christmas stuff up all year round, but rotating. So, actually completely transitioning over to where now we're highlighting Valentine's Day stuff. Basically all the Christmas fabric and stuff off our website is completely gone, not visible, no one can see it, and then we continue to do that each time. So when the traffic is coming to our website, obviously it's more apropos at that time because it's gonna be the Valentine's Day, but they're not gonna be like, well, why is Christmas fabric on the website, having to sift through all the stuff. I think that's also important.
That's so true. We have to keep inventory. So we didn't sell all of our strawberry and shark and summertime fabrics, but I didn't leave it up all year round because now I'm going to put it back up come this spring and summertime, and it'll look brand new. It'll look exciting to the visitors coming to the website. So I'm always keeping new things, even if I have them in the basement and I wish I could be selling them. Not that many people are going to be buying that stuff in the wintertime anyways, and I like to keep it fresh and exciting. So that's kind of how we do it.
Another important thing is you have to know your business, and for us, we know that we thrive on holidays, and one of the biggest things people want with the bandana is to get it for their dog to look cute, to be able to take a picture, that type of stuff. And around the holidays, they're going to want something for Easter, and it's at that price point that is totally affordable to do so. And knowing that, we want to push the holidays and events like that, whether it be weddings or proposals or a holiday.
We really utilize Christmas holiday season as a time to grab people who wouldn't necessarily always buy something from us like, I know dog bandanas aren't for everyone, but Christmas time is really a time that the people who wouldn't normally dress up their dog would buy, which is why we might see a spike in sales during the holiday season. But then if they buy for Christmas and then they realize that they like the product, they'll come back for other holidays that they might not normally have bought previously. So that's gonna be all the questions that we're answering for you guys today. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below. We might do another one of these a year from now. It's so crazy to even imagine where we might be a year from now. We might have employees, we might have a different space that we work in, who knows? But it's so cool to see ourselves grow, and we can't wait to watch your business grow too.
Yes.
You can let us know down below a goal that you have. We did a goal video already, but a goal that you have for your business. If you're watching this, let us know. Oh yeah, we're doing giveaways every day of Vlogmas, and this is a video in Vlogmas, so we're gonna do a giveaway right now. So you can win a bandana of your choice from Tails Up Pup. All you have to do to enter is comment down below something that you learned and took away from this video. Don't forget to put your Instagram handle so we can contact you if you're the winner. Subscribe to our channel and like this video, and follow us at Tails Up Pup over on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And for sending all your questions in. I mean, it's one thing for us to come up with our own questions. It's completely another thing when you guys are interactive. We got so many questions. We tried to answer as many of them as we could. And thank you guys so much for that.
We love you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.